and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time for a Christmas edition of Story Times, the part of the show where anyone comes in and tells you a story. Now, this story is very special indeed, just for Christmas morning day. Well, whatever you like to say it. But without further ado, the story of how the Grinch stole Christmas. Welcome Christmas, come this way. Raise welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Woo! Trim up the tree with Christmas stuff, like bingo balls and hoo-hoo fluff. Trim up the time with hoo-hoo gums and frizzle bigs and ones. Trim up your bags with fuzzle fuzz, like finger blues and wuzzle wubs. Trim up your uncle and your aunt with frizzle bigs and ones. Trim every blessed window and trim every glazed door. Hang up hoo-hoo-hoo bricks and line up against the floor. Trim up your cap with fuzzle fuzz, your beverage shoop and wuzzle wubs. Trim up your dog with wuzzle wubs. Trim up your Christmas tree. Trim up the tree with Christmas stuff, like bingo balls and hoo-hoo fluff. Trim up the time with goo-hoo gums and whizzle bigs and ones. Trim up your packs with fuzzle fuzz, like river blues and wuzzle wubs. Trim up your uncle and your aunt and up your wigs and ones. Trim every house in Whoville with the salmon to the roof. Paint up tomorrow, daffers. Yeah! Trim up the tree with Christmas stuff, like bingo balls and hoo-hoo fluff. Trim up the town with hoo-hoo guns. Trim up your Christmas, trim up your Christmas tree. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be perhaps that his head wasn't screwed on just right. Or it could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood outside of his cave on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from the mountains with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a holly Who wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled with his grinchy fingers nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming. For tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early, and they would rush for their toys. And then all the noise, noise. Well, that's one thing he hated. Oh, the noise. and they'll shriek, squeaks and squeals racing round on their wheels. They'll dance with jing-tinglers tied onto their heels. They'll blow their fluvers. They'll bang their tartukas. They'll blow their hoo-hoopers. They'll bang their gardukas. They'll spin their trumtukas. They'll slam their slunkas. They'll beat their bloompas. They'll wham their hoo-wonkas. And they'll play noisy games like Zoo-Zita-Karze, a roller skate type of larkazoo, and karaoke. And then they'll make ear-splitting noise galooks on their great big electro-hoocarno flukes. And then the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast. And they'll feast, and they'll feast, and they'll feast, 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 feast. They'll eat their who pudding, and rare who roast beast. That roast beast is a beast I can't stand in the least. And then they'll do something he hated most of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'll stand hand in hand, and those Who's will start singing. Fa who forays, da who dorays, welcome Christmas, come this way. Fa who forays, da who dorays, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome, welcome, fa who ramas, welcome, welcome, da who damas. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to grasp. And they'll sing, and they'll sing, and they'll sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put it up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? And then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. Well, I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat. I'll make a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat. He chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick. With the coat and the hat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as ugly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. I'm the mean one. I'm the Grinch, yes I am. My heart's an empty hole. My brain is full of spiders. I've got garlic in my soul. I'm the Grinch. I want to touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. Grinch. You got termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Grinch. Given in the choice between the two of you, I take the seasick crocodile. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Yes, I am. Your heart is full of all my socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Oh, yeah. Now all I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeers are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the Grinch? Ha! No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he took his dog, Max, and he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on top of his head. And then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he whistled for Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" Then the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air, and no one knew that he was there. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number one," the old Grinchy Claus hissed as he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a minute or two, then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he Grinch, "are the first things to go." Then he slithered and slunk like a smile most unpleasant, and around the whole room, and he took every present: pop guns, pampukas, pantukas and drums, checkerboards, bizzlebigs, popcorn and plums, and he stuffed them in bags. Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunked. He slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out of that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch. He even took the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up to the chimney with glee. "And now," grinned the Grinch, "I will stuff up the tree." And as he took the tree, as he started to shove, He heard a small sound, like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small who. Little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who came out of bed for a cup of cold water. Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Why have you gone away? Where is the laughter you used to bring me? Why can't I hear the music play? The world is changing. I'm rearranging. Does that mean Christmas changes too? Christmas, do you remember the one who used to know? I'm not the same one. See what the time's done. Is that why you have let me go? Oh, how Christmas is here everywhere, yeah. Christmas is here if you cared. Oh, if there is love in your heart and your mind, you will feel like Christmas all the time. Oh, I feel you, Christmas. I know I found you. You never fade away. The joy of Christmas stands here inside us, fills each and every heart with love. Where are you, Christmas? I know I found you. And then, after that sweet, sweet song that all of you folks sang along, she stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? And the Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. You're not helping. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there and I'll bring it back here. And his fib fooled the child, and he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who was in bed with her cub, he crumped to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. And the last thing he took was the log for their fire, and then he went up the chimney himself, that old liar. But on their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire, and the one speck of food that was left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn. All the Who's still abed, all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, their snoof and their fuzzles, their tringlers and trappings. 10,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's, he was grinchly humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, boo! Now that's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put a hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. Fa who for raised out who do raise, welcome Christmas come this way. Fa who for raised out who do raise, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome, welcome fa who ramus, welcome, welcome da who damus. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to grasp. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded so merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry. Very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes, then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came somehow or other. It came just the same. And the Grinch, with his grinchy feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches plus 2. And now that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. With a smile to his soul, he descended Mount Crumpet, cheerily blowing hoo-hoo on his trumpet. He rode into Whoville. He brought back their toys. He brought back their floof to the Who girls and boys. He brought back their snoof and their tringlers and fuzzles. Brought back their pantookas, their dafflers and wuzzles. He brought everything back. And all the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Welcome, Christmas! Bring your cheer! Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas Day is in our grasp. So long as we have hands to grasp, Christmas Day will always be. Just as long as we welcome Christmas as we stand, heart to heart, and hand in hand. Sing along with us, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't. No. For who raised out, who don't raise, welcome Christmas, come this way. For who raised out, who don't raise, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Who do raise, welcome Christmas, come this way. For who raised who do raise, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Come on, Mr. Grinch, you can do it. Oh, no, Come on, let's show him. Welcome, Christmas, for who Ramus. Welcome, Damas. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to grasp. Oh, all right. Go for it. Okay. Wahoo, Ray, Moo, Yahoo, Dee, Ha, welcome Christmas, bring your cheer. Cheer, Fahoo, full race, Dahoo, do race, welcome all who's far and near. You did it, Mr. Grinch. That was close enough. Yeah, I did it. We wish you a Merry Christmas, or Grinchmas to be perhaps, and have a Happy New Year! This has been Story Times. Tune in next time to hear Cindy Lou Who say, Merry Christmas, Mr. Grinch. Oh, Merry Christmas, Cindy Lou Who. And Merry Christmas to you too, Max. Woof, woof. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, Max.